Let's hear from Mauricio Pochettino after the game.
Could you tell us your thoughts on Gio, your decision to start him, and what you thought of his performance overall?
Well, I think we performed really well. I think it was a great game. Really tough game against a team like Paraguay that is really competitive. I think the performance overall was good. So happy with the whole roster, the whole group, the players that play and the players that didn't play. With the staff, I think that is in the way that we want to compete. I think it was a very competitive game that made me very, very happy. Of course, the result is there. It's always good to win, to feel the victory. But the most important is what we saw during more than 90 minutes, the spirit, the fight. But then in the way that played the team, I think it's bigger. In the bigger picture is that we need to prize, and to give credit to the player, because in the way that we play against a team that is very difficult to play, I think the football that we saw on the pitch, I think was very entertainment. I think we enjoy, and we didn't have the ball in another phase. I think we did what we need to do. That is why. That is in the way that we need to improve. Well, he scored, and I think he did a very good job. So happy with him. He showed why he started, and he has confirmed that he's a player that need to improve, because he need to play more in his club. But we can see today that he was great, scored and assist, and in the way that always the capacity to read the game and find the free space in between the line, I think that was a nightmare for Paraguay, and I think he did a very good job.
A la derecha.
Tannenbaum from the Philadelphia Inquirer. How impressed were you? Important was you? They kept pushing and pushing and pushing for the winning goal and finally got it. And to have kept pushing like that, and also then after that to have preserved the lead the way they played.
Well, I think it's what all the coaches want, is to enjoy with the team playing, and not complain, and play with the freedom that we play today. I think we were talking now in the dressing room with the players, with some players, how they start to feel the football that we want to apply on the pitch. Always take time. We have very quality player, but now it's okay. Before they asked me about Gio, but today it's about the team. It's about performance. It's about no one names. I think if you start to see from the keeper and to the last that was in, and that was Sebastian, all the players that were involved in the game and the players that were supporting the team that maybe they're going to play in the next game, I think that is the atmosphere and the spirit that we want to build for the World Cup. And I think that is fantastic today to feel, because you see that are not friendly games, and that is the way that we need to compete and then show our quality. If we are not capable to match the opponent in all these type of areas that are really important, it's difficult after only with quality, to win games. And when you have quality, but you match the opponent in all this area, for sure we have quality player with the possibility to be better than the opponent.
All right, Mauricio Pochettino there, doing as Mauricio Pochettino does. He was asked about Gio Reyna, but he chooses to talk about the bigger picture, as most managers do. But you know what, Poch? We're going to make it about Gio Reyna right now. I want to make it about him because, wow, he really brought that X factor back. I almost don't know who to start with first. Kirk, this is obviously your area of the pitch. Kasey, I know you have this personal relationship, but I just think it's amazing to think that here is someone who has been out of the U.S. setup for such a long time, dealing with injuries and whatnot, especially for club too. And then he comes back and it's almost like he's missed no time at all.
Missed no time at all, if you mean by the goal? Sure. I think the goal was just a bonus to his play.
Correct.
Mauricio Pochettino said it, his ability to find open space. That's what sets Gio Reyna apart from most players in this pool. Only, I would say, second to Christian Pulisic, is that he could find that man. He could find the outlet. He's created enough in tight spaces to turn, to go, to be in immediate danger. The fact that he scores today is a plus and a weight off Gio's shoulders, but you can see it in the way that Giovanni celebrates. It's almost like, okay, I'm good. I got this now, and back to business. And when he does his business, you can see how he links up with the important players, the offensive midfielders, the other 10s, and the 9. And his ability to link up with a 9 like Futbol Americas, who is hot right now, it's what's going to set him apart and ultimately put him back in the World Cup picture. It's not the goal. The goal is a bonus to Gio Reyna's game. It's his ability to find space, his vision, to be a true 10, to be a danger man. He did today what I think many of us have always known. He's a special player. It has to be more than one game, but it's a good start.
But it's also something that we don't have another player with that same complement. The player that, as Pochettino rightly pointed out, finds the space, but then has the technical ability to play the ball forward and bring other players into play in the attack, not just keeping possession by stepping on it and the defender slides around and lets you pass the ball backwards. He finds a way to find the space to get past that player and then play the ball forward and keep the offensive moving in the direction to score goals. And so, yeah, I mean, what's the most important thing for Gio? Stay fit and play. Because we know the quality is there to do things that nobody else in this squad is capable of doing.
There are going to come times in the World Cup where you're playing against just better opposition and you're not going to have much of the ball. So when you do have the ball, how do you breathe? How do you get outlets? Creative players like Gio Reyna are the way you get those outlets. And maybe you have 1-2 chances. Well, Gio Reyna is showing you that when he's on the ball, he's the one who's creating those 1 or 2 chances. Now, this is good, but I want to see him, and I want to see Mauricio Pochettino with the prime suspects. I want to see him with the Futbol Americas, the Christian Pulisics. I want to see him with the players who are going to be there, the Tyler Adams, those players that you know, Weston McKennie. That's where I want to see him operate, and now this team to gel.
Well, let me ask you this now, because Kasey brought up the point that the fact that, you know, if it's not Christian Pulisic, there's not really any other player, with all due respect, that has that X factor that, you know, even when they're not quite 100% like Gio, they can still offer that moment of magic when it is needed. If the World Cup is tomorrow, does he get called up on this?
I don't think there's any question for us. I mean,
Yeah.
you know, people are going to always bring it back to how they perceive Giovanni's attitude, Gio Reyna's attitude, Gio Reyna's history.
Who aren't there, who've not seen it, who've not done, you know.
And honestly, when it comes time to perform, I've been on many teams, you've been on many teams, where it's just do your job. And he's a player with the U.S. men's national team in important moments that has done his job. So give him the benefit of the doubt that he will do his job going forward. I saw the defensive work rate, and I saw the offensive productivity.
Great tackle at the end of the game. Little things like that that are all in addition to the other pieces. Because as we know, there's every player who's on the pitch has their strengths. And you always play to your strengths, but you always work on your weaknesses. And if that weakness is that little bit of off the ball, defending, pressing, little things like that, which only get better as you're fitter, as you're playing more, the quality is going to be there. But the more fit, the more games, then he can give you those other pieces that aren't what he's known for, which then makes the collective that bit stronger as well.